Eddie Murphy roasted Will Smith, and host Jerrod Carmichael roasted Tom Cruise. We have the Golden Globe highlights for you right here. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore. I was just as shocked as everybody else to see that the Golden Globes were back after being canceled last year. Hollywood just could not stop themselves from patting themselves on the back. And some celebrities didn't show, but Brad Pitt and others did show. And they were back at giving themselves awards. The big standout for me was this moment from Eddie Murphy. He made a dig at Will Smith. I'm going to play it for you here. But here he is accepting the Cecil B DeMille Award.
I want to let you know that there is a definitive blueprint that you can follow to achieve success, prosperity, longevity, and peace of mind.
Now, this was to the audience. I was watching this live, and I do have to stop and start to give you guys commentary for this to be news. He was offering this, and as I was watching it, I thought he was going to be serious for a second because he doesn't always do comedy. Sometimes Eddie does try to offer insight. And so here he was trying to offer some insight, and everyone's at the edge of their seat.
It's a blueprint, and I followed it my whole career. It's very simple. There's three things you just do. These three things. Pay your taxes. Mind your business, and keep Will Smith's wife's name. I want to let you know that there is
yeah, so he's taking a jab at him. Like it's I would say this is a roast. He's bringing it back up. He's at the award show. It's a little bit of like obvious joke. Like seems like easy, but at the same time, it's kind of true because it's kind of a comment on Will Smith himself. Don't blow up like that. And also don't, keep people's wives' names out of their mouth. But what do you guys think? How much of a burn was that from Eddie Murphy? He there was celebrating his career. It's usually how you get these celebrities to show up. You give them an award, a industry award, and they show up. But I did watch that. I saw the second half of the Globes, and I did enjoy seeing Eddie Murphy back there. I want to see Eddie Murphy more. His new movie, with Jonah Hill looks pretty damn funny. But that wasn't the only uncomfortable moment in the room. No, this Jerrod Carmichael as host, who is a love him or hate him type of comedian. He has a whole style to him, like demeanor of how he presents his humor. He paces, he pauses, he sort of mixes jokes with actual just honest criticism. And, I like the idea of it all, but I'm just not a fan of his delivery. And he landed a really ballsy joke about Scientology and Tom Cruise. But again, my critique of him, and I'll get you a little bit more as we go through a bit of his monologue. My critique of him is he just didn't even say her name right. Come on, dude. Great joke. But you didn't even research the name before you told it. You didn't have the writers say, how do you say this? So here he is. He brings out Tom Cruise's 3 Golden Globes. All right, so I found Tom Cruise's 3 Globes backstage.
Or whatever, but I have a pitch. I think maybe we take these 3 things and exchange them for the safe return of Shelly Miscavige.
Miscavige is how you do it. It would have been a much stronger, tighter joke, Jerrod, if you had said the name right. I learned your name. I didn't say Jerrod. I'm saying Jerrod because I did the homework and I'm trying to say your name right. You could have at least hit the punchline's name properly, which to me was a massive fail. I don't know if it was nerves or whatever. He tries to always play calm and collected in his routines, but you could tell he just wasn't as calm and collected. And this was a ballsy joke because not only did he do this joke about Tom Cruise, he then followed it up with, and now 2 stars from Top Gun Maverick, which was like, yeah, now look, I enjoy a good uncomfortable joke. That felt like something Ricky Gervais would do. And Ricky Gervais to me is the pinnacle of how you do these award shows, of just calling Hollywood out to their face. People were celebrating today the anniversary of the last time Ricky Gervais hosted, and he really has set the blueprint if we're going to talk blueprints. But yeah, Jerrod was getting a lot of comments. There was also a joke he made about, hey, we're live in the hotel that killed Whitney Houston. So that's exciting, which wasn't really exciting, just felt kind of disrespectful and not very funny. It's sort of an easy joke. Beverly Hilton is where she passed, which is just sad. And I just didn't understand the joke. And a lot of people were not happy with that joke. Overall, Jerrod had a lot of here are some of the actual reactions of that's not funny. No, that's just come on. Why do this? Not yikes, not good. There was a lot of mixed feelings on Jerrod in general. And I got to say, I wasn't a fan overall. I can't play you the whole 7 minutes, but he does have the whole 7 minutes on YouTube. I just want to play sort of the first joke. He introduces himself.
I am your host, Jerrod Carmichael. Sure.
You can get a sense of his style.
Sure. And I'll tell you why I'm here. I'm here because I'm black.
Now, that's true. That's true. He's totally honest about hosting the Globe. But then he goes off on a whole routine about this. And
I'll catch everyone in the room up.
Unlike the Globe's history. And this is his style. It's very slow. He pauses a lot. It's not always jokes.
Settle down a little bit. I'll tell you what's been going on.
Just settle down. And everyone's settled. So it's like he's almost like trying to make them more uneased by like everyone settle down. There's just some laughs, and he's telling them to settle down. It's just a weird approach. And look, I get part of his approach. Some of you are going to in the comments, yeah, but that's his style to unnerve the audience. I get it, but if he really want to nerve the audience, I think he could have hit even harder. He could even harder and laid out the accusations, and he could have used the whole 7 minutes to just roast and destroy the Golden Globes. And instead, it comes to this part where he talks his friend or sister, I forget who it was. As well, how much does it pay? And he's like, and he says $500,000. She's like, well, you better go take those white people's money. So even then he sort of admits he's just taking the money. And then he tells this joke about how the president of the Golden Globes wanted to meet with him to get more information, like tell him how they're working it. And he's like, I don't care. I don't care. I took this job knowing that you may not have done it. And it sounds funny, but in the whole 7 minutes, I just still feel like by the end of it, he just acknowledges he doesn't care about the Globe's racism, allegedly. He's just there for money. And he's really there at the end to say, as he says, like, you know, this is a tribute for Hollywood.
Artists. And regardless of whatever the Hollywood Foreign Press Association's past may be, this is an evening where we get to celebrate. And I think this industry deserves evenings like these.
Why? What, really? I mean, to me, the bite of all of it went away as soon as he then didn't really lay into the Globes as much. He says, you know, they're trying to help, but I don't really care. And then he just, it's not about it. Whatever you think, who cares? We're here to celebrate each other. Why do we need to keep celebrating Hollywood? Especially in a year where it's like, I don't even think they deserve to be celebrated. The content this year wasn't that good. The best content was Top Gun Maverick, which he's making fun of, which didn't incorporate Scientology in any way. So yeah, it was a mixed bag. It was a complete mixed bag this year at the Golden Globes. I would say overall, kind of a waste. The funniest moment was probably Regina Hall laughing about Kevin Costner wasn't there to accept the award, and so she's reading the teleprompter.
He so much wanted to be
She so much wanted to be here.
I always like how they write this. It's like, he so much wanted to be. No, I'm sure he did. He so much.
And if
he won, I know he would have really won. But you won. So he so much wanted to be here, but because of it was been raining, and the unprecedented weather and flooding, he has to shelter in place in Santa Barbara. Jesus.
Now she feels real bad.
Sad story right now. This is sorry. He's stuck in Santa Barbara. Let's pray, everyone. Let's just.
And she just can't stop. This was probably the funniest, most uncomfortable, real moment of her having her foot in her mouth. That she's like, I'm sure he didn't want to be. And then it's like, oh, he's trapped in his house in the floods of California. Her then just continues to laugh and realize, oh, I've just completely looked like an idiot. That to me was the most probably best genuine moment of the Globes. So I got to give her props over Jerrod, who, again, I just think Jerrod was trying too hard. And if he really wanted to go there, he should have just ripped into them for 7 minutes, taken the money, and made a point that that's what he was doing. I just think that would have been more effective than the weird half-assed version that he did. And man, I wish he had just gotten that name right. That was a huge missed opportunity and just shows either nerves or lack of prep. Either way, best to him on the next one. It's just not my style. I think it's too slow and not enough jokes. And some people dig him. I'm not a fan. What do you think of all this? And what do you think Eddie Murphy bringing back Will Smith? Too old of a joke or just right? I want to hear your comments down below. Make sure if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for all alerts, and stay tuned for more content here on Popcorn Planet.